somewhere, I'ma claim Oakland.
Oakland.
What do you feel Oakland needs, like in the 60s, they came up with the Panthers who was strong through Oakland and made noise. What's going to make noise today?
Oakland got it. I give all my love to Oakland. If I'm gonna claim some.
Okay, now you can hear me. I have no idea what happened there, but whatever. Anyways, so this may be a short stream. I don't know. I am kind of pulling stuff out my butt. I don't even know how this is gonna go, but we'll see what happens. So I am attempting to make Thai basil chili stir-fry chili. It makes more sense once I get started. So anyway, we're gonna get started. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna smoosh some lupini beans and set them aside. How are you, Serena? How has your day been? How is your night going? I need to change my music. This is a really nice little mix there. But I can went ahead to the next one. I'm not complaining. It's been a rough week. I understand. That's hard, yo. Totally get you. Tomorrow's a public holiday. Oh, what day is it? I'm curious. Indian Arrival Day. That sounds fun. We just had our special holiday. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, yep, Memorial Day. That's the one. The Day of the Dead Vets. People often get Memorial Day and Veterans Day confused. So, you know, I try and keep them straight. In case you're wondering, these are lupini beans. You've probably seen me cook with these before. Yours is in October. Yeah, I think every country has some sort of Memorial Day. Maybe even a Veterans Day. I don't know how many have a Veterans Day, but it would make sense. You would want to honor the living and the dead, so. I am spilling beans everywhere. Pain in the booty. Okay. Now I can pour some of this liquid out. Right, exactly. And Veterans Day is for those who are still alive. Okay. That should be enough of those. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stir fry these beans some of the elements that are in Pad Krapao. So I'm going to prep all the ingredients first. Then I'm going to split them up. Half is going to go in the stir fry for the beans, and half is going to go in the stir fry for the meat. Okay. Now, let's see how much of this I'm supposed to add. I'm sort of winging it with a lot of this. A lot of it is going to depend on how much you plan to make. It was okay. It's been busy but productive. I got 2 more checks today. That's more food I can buy and more bills I can pay. Right? Today I did a video for a fellow pastor friend where he is pointing out the information that is inherent in a bill that was just passed in his state. So, yay money indeed, Alex. I'm into it. You had a lot of bills this week? Yeah. You see, I kind of want to slice up another one. Okay, I'll do a small one. But yeah, so that's part of what I've been doing. And I even managed to add subtitles to his video. But I think he's very happy with the results. He said he's been bragging about me to some of his colleagues who might need some help with social media. So. Okay. One of the tricks to not crying when you chop an onion is to wet a paper towel and put it close by the onion that you're chopping. It does work. However, I prefer to be a little bit more brutal about it and just toss the paper towel over the whole thing. Then I don't get any fumes at all. And Serena, for me, my big bill paying is coming at the end of the month when I'll have like all my money together. Yep, having a candle burning nearby, that kind of helps. It helps a little bit. But the wet paper towel trick, this is the one that JD uses. He actually, puts it nearby. But the wet paper towel trick, to me, that one works the best. You should totally try it. Yes. You're still sobbing. Poor thing. See, my eyes are already turning red, but that's because I didn't put the paper towel down fast enough. Okay, now shallots are chopped. We need some garlic. Hey, there is no shame in wearing goggles. For a while, I too wore goggles when I chopped onions. Then I kept losing my goggles, so, you know, that was the end of that. Avoid the crying if you can. It is a good thing. So I have to go to a funeral tomorrow with my mom. So I have to look cute tomorrow. I really don't want to. But I found a new hairstyle I might try, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, guys, it's getting hot in here, and I haven't even turned on the stove, and it's in the evening, so I don't know what's going on. But it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, so thank you, Alex. It is technically not my loss, but it is the loss of my aunt's next door neighbor who attended her funeral. And I remember seeing this man come in, go to the casket, and just burst into tears. And I was like, who is this? And why is he so broken up over my aunt's death? He was her next door neighbor. When he moved in, she was the first person to come over and say hello and invite him to dinner. Because that's just how my aunt rolled. So he ended up passing from complications of diabetes. All the more reason for me to watch out for, you know, how I'm taking care of myself. And yeah, his sister gave my mom invitation to the funeral, so of course we're going, right? And he was nice, you know, from what little I got to talk to him and wave to him, like, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, I just lost track of how many garlic cloves that was. Something is telling me I should probably chop up some more. And I want to be respectful because this man was Chinese and I want to wear something appropriate. However, I get the feeling that this is going to be a very Western style funeral. So, you know, I'll wear the usual black and call it a day. It's not going to be at, you know, a special cemetery or anything. It's going to be a very general cemetery. So hey, Nadi, how are you? Hope all is well. Okay. So that should take care of most of the garlic. I'm trying to pick up all the skins without throwing out any itty bitty cloves or whatever. I am making a mess, y'all. This is ridiculous. Woo! Leaving a trail, too. Wow. So yeah, I might try out a new hairstyle tomorrow. See how it goes. Doing all the showering and all the hair washing and all that fun stuff. Okay. So started and do some. It's going to be sort of a high bun, but I'm going, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe I don't want to do this hairstyle because one of the steps is to blow dry my hair somewhat straight. It takes me forever to blow dry my hair, like an hour and a half. I don't know if I want to do that. And if I try to wash my hair tonight and braid it so that it's straight, then I might have to go to bed with my hair wet. You know what? Screw it. Wash and go is definitely best. Cheers. Here for the wash and goes, man. Maybe that's not a bad idea. I won't go wild and I'll skip the blue this time, but maybe I can do some gold, some highlights. Maybe I'll do a wet look. I respect that, Alex. I just hate waking up feeling like I'm sweating because to me, if I wake up and my head is wet, I think I'm sweating, and if I'm sweating, that probably means I'm having a low blood sugar. So it gets really confusing. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get up and eat something. But wait, my heart isn't racing. Wait, the rest of me isn't sweating. But my head is wet. And it's so confusing. Good times, y'all. Good times. Okay, so shallots and garlic are going to go into this pot. We are going to saute that for a few minutes. I'm not going to add Thai chilies. What I am going to do is add some of the Thai chili paste that I have here and try not to gas myself. All right, I'm going to set up a fan because, like I said, it's getting hot in here. So I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. Much better. Yeah, okay, definitely better. So, also, in Jane news, my mom has asked me to make a number of t-shirts for her church usher group. And I've done this before. That's nothing new. But she told me how many shirts. I talked to head of the usher committee. This oil is not hot yet. She told me how many they wanted. I still don't really know what they want on it. I'm just gonna do what I did last year and just not add a year. So this should be interesting. But the shirts will be burgundy with gold script. And the lady already paid me, so all I need to do now is wait for the shirts to get here. Aw, thank you, Nadi. I appreciate that. Like a good wax, your support keeps the vibe slick and the community vibrant. FrostyBot. Why are you talking about me waxing myself? What do you know about my personal life, FrostyBot? I just want to know. Why not add a year? Because then they can use the same shirt year after year. It's not going to say, you know, Usher Board 2025 when they're wearing it in 2028. You know what I mean? So that's why they don't want a year on it. Yes, I like that plan. I think it's good. I think it's very good. Yeah, and really, I don't mind the idea of waxing. I'll be honest with y'all, because, wait, how many of you are in my chat? Let me see. Any men in my chat? Probably. They'll just have to deal. Okay. So, one of the medications that I was taking, my birth control to be precise, is stimulating facial hair. I am not loving this mustache business. And I have some, you know, hair down here that I am also not loving. So, soon, maybe tomorrow if I can, no, I don't think I can get away with it tomorrow. Saturday, if I can get away with it, I might just go and get my facial hair waxed. Because it really, And now Nutty's resub goes off. That's random. You're either gonna wax or shave tomorrow. See, I get it. I get it. I know, right? I like clear skin. My acne's coming back. This is not cute, people. Raiders, 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 Raiders. Hey y'all, I'm Jane. This is my kitchen. I do soul food from around the world. Tonight, I am throwing caution to the wind, and I am attempting to do a stir-fry Thai basil and beef chili. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I got a dish for the stir-fry basil up, and I'm gonna add a few chili spices and see what happens. Thank you, Lil Mama, for dispensing the double dose of forehead kisses. That is a lot of words. I made it a lot simpler in my title. But anyway, how are you, Chef Vlahos? How did your stream go? What did you make? Tell me everything. Eric Takes Naps, welcome. And thank you for the reminder that I need to turn down the volume on my raid call, or on my raid siren, because it's freaking loud. And there have been a couple of people who asked me about it. So, anyway. Okay, so I was gonna turn it down. That was my goal. Apparently, that's not happening today. It's fine. Oh, that's wonderful. Eggs Benedict and strawberry shortcakes. That sounds like a delicious meal. I hope it turned out well. Welcome, Raiders, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate you. Okay, let me check something here really quick. Wow, okay, I can't do anything except pick the audio. Dang. Okay. Well, we'll just let it ride and hope it does whatever. The easiest, let me hear it. I want to know about this way to make perfect poached eggs. Now, I have my method, but I want to know how it compares to yours. Now I'm going to chop up these unusually large chunks of ginger, or of garlic. Yes, he is, Lil Mama. He's streaming right now, and he is playing Mafia 3, I believe. Shout out to Mr. J, to Jay Dorrance, please. My video game loving husband, who I'm going to try to talk into gaming with me as much as I can before I leave in July for 3 weeks. Because I'm not going to be gaming for 3 weeks. Okay, so let's add our shallots in here. I'm doing this in a pot instead of a pan because reasons. Two tablespoons of vinegar per quart of water. Very light boil. Strain the eggs so any running white doesn't get used. Slowly lower the eggs into the water. No swirl needed. After 2 to 3 minutes, scoop out the eggs, put on paper towels to dry them. Done. I like it. Very straightforward. Huh. I want to know. Uh-oh. You better go tell him, little mama. The straining is one of the most important parts. Takes all the skill out of it. Interesting. So for me, I use a pan. Boil water in the pan, specifically a pan. A Nodachi sword. Wow. Yeah. So I use a pan. Start boiling the water. Use a slotted spoon. I crack my eggs into a bowl. Scoop them up with a slotted spoon. Slide them into the pan and let them cook. Use that same slotted spoon. Scoop them off. Kind of bounce them a little bit to get the water and the extra egg white off. Put them on a paper towel, which also helps get whatever's left of the raggedy egg white off. And then put them on whatever. I learned that pan trick courtesy of a lady in Sudan. I think it's when I learned how to make chill beer. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay, let me get another small bowl here. Actually, no. Let me use this bowl. Chill beer. I can't spell it correctly with this, English keyboard, but it's spelled like this. And it is a poached egg in yogurt and garlic sauce with a paprika and butter sauce on top. It is one of my favorite breakfasts because it's quick and it's easy. And even though you have to use a stove to cook it, if you make poached eggs ahead of time, it's simple. I have been known to make it in the microwave. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible. Really, really, really good stuff. Yeah, it's so good. Especially if you use smoked paprika. The name sounds Turkish. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Jeff, you're right. The dish is Turkish. It is not from Sudan. I'm wrong. You're not allowed to. Okay, you know what? It's fine. You got to represent for the people, man. I get it. You got to represent for the culture. I'm here for it. I understand that. So being the person who cares about you, I will eat chill beer for you. You see how much I care about you? I will throw myself in that chill beer grenade for you, man. Hardboard or scrambled only. I respect that. I respect that. That's okay, Alex. I will eat those poached eggs, and the soft boiled ones, and what's the other one? Coddled. I will eat those for you, Alex. Care about you too. You see that? It's fun but fancy. It's one of those dishes, my favorites, where it sounds fancy, but it really isn't. It's not that hard. Overeat. I'll eat those for you too. Got you. I think I told you guys, some of you might have been here when I made the, what was it? Toasted sugar, brown butter, white cake, cupcakes for a lady that I met randomly at Safeway. She needed somebody to make some cupcakes. It was her husband's birthday. She had no time. And I was like, I got you. And she's like, okay, I'll give you $60 for a dozen. I'm like, you're good. We got this. All right. Got yourself a deal, ma'am. And I did. Or something that sounds mysterious and difficult like chili, but really isn't. Exactly. Okay. So this is cooking. We are going to add our chili paste here. So now when the lady runs into me at the store, I have a new name, y'all. I'm Cupcake. I am not offended. She can call me Cupcake all she wants to. And if she needs some more cupcakes, I got her. Now, I really need to get in touch with her and get my pan back, but I digress. Hi, Cassie. How are you? Hope your day's gone well. Also, that lady has a really nice house, so I'm equally down with whatever. Okay, let me cook my stuff here. So the chili paste is gonna cook some more. You're okay? Good. It's a start. Right? I can totally do that. I mean, I have her address. It's just that I've been so busy. I haven't wanted to make a special trip to go get that pan back. But she said, you know, her husband's party went well and everybody was happy, so. Hello, Banny Bo. How are you? Her husband really liked the cupcakes. That's all that matters. And they were good. I got to eat one of the ugly ones, so can't complain. Right? JD in the house, y'all. It did get me a new nickname. You are not wrong, Alex. Food calls. Eat yourself sleepy, chef. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for the raid. Yes, you did, Apris. Welcome in. Hi. This smells really good already. Prad Ka Pow chili, well, Thai basil chili. Thai basil chili stir fried chili. Like chicken fried chicken? we got beans. And we got chips too if you want to go there. So. Okay. So now I'm going to grab a spoon. I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer. It smells really good though. Like seriously, it does smell good. You love fried chicken, okay. Thank you. You love fried chicken because you're a former Texan? I get you. My family's from the South too. I don't remember if I got fried chicken. I did get fried chicken. Never mind. Fried steak though, that was a different story. Okay, so now I'm scooping out half of what I just cooked. And I'm taking these beans. They're going in that pot. And they are going to absorb some of these flavors. I am also going to add a small amount of chili powder. And hope it doesn't botch everything. Blech. Why scoop out half? Because this half is going to be reserved for the meat. There we go. So now we have some chili powder in there. We can honor our chili heritage here. Really not chili without chili powder. And now we are going to find our masher, which is in here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Might be in the drawer of things that almost never get used. There's a lot of things that almost never get used in here. Or maybe it's not. Okay, fine. Aha! He was hiding from me. Okay, so now we're going to go in and smoosh some of the beans. At some point you wanted something different from the steak and you said, why not chicken? Yeah, I get you. Ah! Okay, so that takes care of the beans. And now I'm going to add a tiny bit of baking soda to sort of break down these beans just a little bit more. After I said it wasn't complicated because I was thinking of how I'm making, you're going to go ahead and make it complicated. I had a feeling it was going to get complicated. Probably going to get complicated though. All right. What am I doing? I am adding a little bit of water. And then I'm going to let that cook for a little bit so that the beans soften up a bit. Then we're going to go back to stir frying again. This might take a minute. And this is also how I make my stream longer. Okay, so there was a lid. What did I do with the lid? I hate it when I lose the lids. Ah. Let me see. Aha! It's in the back. All right. Okay, so that's going to boil for a bit. Doesn't take very much water, fortunately. I have another ad break coming. Fun, fun. Yes, continue watching. Right, the age-old issue of where to store your lids. Pain in the butt, man. The good thing about giving this some time to cook also means that these beans will absorb the flavor better. I don't want to add too much baking soda because I don't want that to be the overpowering taste here. But definitely some baking soda. That's an issue. Woo! Okay. Excellent questions, all of them. Let me have a seat because I have at least 30 minutes. You got mail. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, let's get the camera trained on me, shall we? Okay. So let's see. The beans that I use are already prepped, I guess. To me, those beans are less gassy because they're in a jar / canned. Soaking them does make a difference as far as the gas. Canned makes a difference as far as the gas. So anything other than just straight cooking them or whatever, that helps a lot. Baking soda, I'm putting that in solely for the sake of the beans. And baking soda helps break them down. It also helps with the gas. So. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. And yeah, you got mail. Happy early Friday to you too. You have inspired me to make another drink. Don't ask me how, but you did. I'm gonna make something I haven't made in a long time. Woo! Yes, canning is a fun activity. When it's done right, it's basically a set it and forget it. At least until the machine tells you it's time to take stuff out of the canning container. A friend of mine did some canning in an Instant Pot, which is not something I'd ever do. And in fact, the Instant Pot instructions specifically tell you not to do it. But he's a man who thrives on adrenaline. So if he wants to risk his kitchen, on him. My friend is definitely a rebel canner. No question. We still have some hot sauce that he made and gave me some. I'm still trying to tone it down. All right. So first things first, give this a quick rinse. Put some ice in here. And Apris, it sounds like you are a sensible human being. Oh yeah, see, with the electric, there are no questions. There are rarely mistakes. If you make a mistake, it simply doesn't work, period. That's it. That's all that happens. You're done. All right, I'm gonna put this back. I need gin for this drink. Okay. Oh yeah, lots of trial and error, I'd imagine. Okay, so first thing we do, put this where y'all can see it. We add some gin. And after that boils for 30 minutes, I'm going to take the lid off and let the liquid reduce out. Second thing we do, oh, not that one. We have some vermouth here that I put some, that I put some dill in a while back. Anxious Gary, thank you. As usual, I am late. Oh no, I am only a minute behind. Go me! Thank you for saying hi to me. Hi. It's on YouTube, y'all. So, dill vermouth. I made this myself. I took a bottle of vermouth, I shoved some dill in it, and I stuck it in my fridge. Yeah, super complicated. Anyway. Okay, I will wait until the ad break ends before I keep going. My arm is itching. Ow. Okay, I think we are back. All right. So what I said was, that's wild. Okay, I didn't know that about Mikhail Baryshnikov. I wonder if he's still alive. All right. Dill vermouth. Okay. Made this myself. So you take your dill vermouth and you add as much vermouth. Yup. I took a bottle of vermouth and I shoved some dill in it. I stuck it in my fridge. So 50-50 gin and vermouth with some ice. Stick the lid on. Autocorrect does not like vermouth. There. I have to enunciate with autocorrect. Of course it does. Then I just shake it for a while. Making vermouth yourself, yes. Okay. Apparently this is... The water boiled off just that quick. Okay, we're gonna put this over here for now. Hello, Maddie Bees. How are you? I hope you're good. Okay, so once you've shaken it until you're sick of shaking it, i.e. until this thing almost gets too cold to handle, you figure out how to take the tippy top of it off. Hold on. Okay, maybe that didn't work as well as I planned. Really? I threw away the cheap rubber gloves I had, forgetting that they're perfect for things like that. Oh, you're packing your kitchenette up? Oh, good luck. Really? Fine. Fine. We'll do it the way the other bartenders do it. Okay. So we take this and we strain. Okay, I suck at this part. There we go. That's how we do it. When we're not trying to pour half of it onto your cutting board. Cheers. It's been a long time. Yeah, I haven't used this kind of shaker in a long time either. The Boston cigarette. I have not heard of that. How does that work? Y'all, all I needed to do is run some water over it. That's a shame. I want to make sure the rest of my food is not, you know, vermouth flavored. I'll probably make another one again, and this time I'll be a little more gentle with how I put the lid on. Sure. It's super, super basic. That's it. This is the whole shaker right here. This is actually a wedding gift. I thought it was a special type of shaker. Like a Boston cigarette was a certain type of shaker. It came from Boston. It was like kind of slender, maybe. It is a baby Boston shaker. It's a baby. It's a baby. Baby shaker. Hey, my imagination went wild, okay? Okay, so now let's see how we are with our little chili base. What does this even taste like, yo? It's spicy, but it's good. Yep. I added just the right amount of spice. And yet there's more. Now, part 2. Woo! And Alex, you could very well be right. And it is entirely possible that they're both called Boston Shakers. The problem with the pint glass is that when you tap it against the counter, if you're not careful, you will shatter the glass. So I see why people would want to use metal. Thank you, Apris. Okay, let's see what we got for pork and holy basil here. All right, now what are we doing? Okay, so now you're gonna preheat this wok. I'm gonna add a little bit of tiny bit more oil. and put this stuff back in the wok. And then we're going to start adding other ingredients. Y'all, if you can, please, please, please do not reheat nonstick woks or nonstick pans with nothing in them. That's when they become dangerous. Okay, now, fish sauce, soy sauce, dark soy, which I have because I just bought it. Fish sauce. That's oyster sauce. Double black soy sauce. I can make a really bad joke here, but I'm going to try to refrain. Soy sauce. And we're going to use the last of the good stuff. Okay, fish sauce, soy sauce, dark soy sauce, oyster sauce. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste. It's highly inappropriate, and the only reason I would say it is because I'm a black woman. Double black soy sauce. It's blacker than black. For the culture. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. That never happened. You thought it might be something. Yeah. For the culture. Terrible. I am terrible. It's okay though. Y'all love me anyway for some twisted reason. So, my friend, as he was recording his very serious video about the misconceptions that were being perpetrated about this bill that passed, he was trying to explain what the bill does and does not cover. And at one point, he kind of screwed up. He stumbled over what he was saying. And he swore. And his assistant, who was filming, said, "Oh, do you want me to go back a couple of seconds?" He goes, "No, no, no." He thinks for a minute. He goes, "Sorry, Jane," and then he counts down and he keeps going. The fact that he shouted me out in his original video is hilarious to me. He knew I was going to be editing it. He knew. He already knew what it was. But yeah, that was just really funny to me. Right? All right. So I think my oil might be warm at this point. By the way, I have uploaded some new written sermons. If you want, I don't know if people are even interested in watching my actual sermons, so I've been kind of lax on updating that. If you are, let me know, and I will start doing it again. Okay, so we are going to add this back. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Trying to make sure I can actually see chat. There we go. Much better. Okay, so this is going back into the hot oil. Put this over here for now. Gonna give it a couple of minutes to really heat up. Then we're gonna add the meat, and we are gonna fry. Once the meat is totally cooked, we're going to throw those beans in there and start mixing. I think I've used quite enough of this chili paste. So this can go back in the fridge. Oh, I keep forgetting, like, I have a section in my utensil drawer where I have forks on one side and large spoons on the other. I'm constantly mixing up which is which. The fact that JD can't remember either does not help. And I must remember, okay, sweetener also goes over here because that's one of the ingredients. This is how I'm making keto friendly, y'all. I'm not adding regular sugar. Part of my drink. Oh my goodness. It is basically a 50-50 martini with dill. One of the best versions I had of that drink was when I went to a Jack Daniel's tasting. No, a Johnny Walker tasting. That's hilarious, Apris. I do it too. It's same thing. Same thing. So at the Johnny Walker tasting, and I have to find the picture of this because I did take a picture of that drink. I had whiskey with 50% vermouth, dill vermouth specifically. So 50% whiskey, 50% dill vermouth, shaken with ice and strained. And I cannot remember what I called it. But I think I called it a Jane Walker. I think that's what it was. So that was amusing. Vodka or gin. Yeah, in this case, it was a whiskey. And it was really good. I believe it was Johnny Walker Black, if I remember correctly. So yeah, Jane Walker. Thank you, Alex. I thought it was rather fitting. Normally, though, since I normally don't have Johnny Walker Black at my house, it's usually a gin. I know, right? For freaking ever. I'm going to have to look back. I believe what I want to say is that Johnny Walker Black or Johnny Walker in general has Irish roots. I think. I could be wrong. Might be Scottish. Hello, Splits. How are you today? Tequila sunrise or margarita. Yeah. See, the thing I miss about those drinks, they have a lot of sugar in them. If it's not straight sugar, like a sugar syrup, it is sugar from the juice or something like that. And I miss drinking those, but can't do the sugar anymore. Ooh, but you know what? Now that it's summer, you know what might be back on the market? Zima. I might have to go get a 6-pack of Zima, y'all. I might have to go get a 6-pack of Zima and do a grilling stream. And, yeah, I might have to make that happen. Yeah, lots of sugar. Ooh, you were able to try the blue ones? So did I. I got to try all of them, but that was at that tasting. I have not had them since. Yes, Zima is back. I am indeed diabetic. I'm a type 2 diabetic, Maddie. Most of the food that you see me making is going to be type 2 diabetic friendly. So a lot of it's going to be keto friendly too, even though I get into fights with people on my keto group. Don't get me started. Anyways, yeah, right? Oh, Bob, you remember. I know you remember Zima, dude. Zima was a thing when I first started college. It was either Mickey's or Zima. Or if you were extra cheap, Colt 45. You're also diabetic. Oh, you're going to have fun here, Maddie. Yes. Like I said, Zima with the green Jolly Rancher, that was the bomb. That was so college. Wait, no, I'm forgetting one. Zima or Mickey's or, if you were me, Strawberry Hill Boons. Because I hated beer. I'm still not a huge fan. Yes. Tell me the funny thing. Oh, Serena, you loved Zima too? Oh my God. I bet you did not care. Be like, you know what? Y'all can drink your nasty whatever. I'm going to drink something tasty. It might still be around, Alex. I don't know. I'll have a quest. I'll have to go check my local liquor store. I live near a Bevmo and a Total Wine and a Costco. So, ooh, I never tried cherry bombs in Zima. I didn't even think of that. That's brilliant. Side quest. Precisely. Okay, y'all. It's time to add our meat. We're gonna sprinkle in our meat and we're gonna cook it until it's nice and crispy. And then we're going to add some tomato paste, just a small amount. Your Brady Bunch dupe shirt. Oh my goodness. Brittany Murphy, you are not wrong. Not wrong. That's hilarious, dude. Okay, y'all. I'm about to date myself. You ready? Ooh. I like that, Splits. I still miss Choose Your Own Adventure stuff. So I'm about to date myself. You ready? You ready? Okay. So, I remember going to a friend's apartment with my boyfriend at the time with a 6-pack of Zima. Zima isn't it? Okay, maybe. To be fair, Alex, it might not be because there are Xers, millennials, and maybe some Gen Zers who remember Zima because it keeps coming back. So technically, it is where you were when you drank Zima that will date you. So, friend's apartment, college, with my boyfriend at the time. And we were all listening to... See, okay, boomers like you automatically remember Zima, Bob. It was new, but it was also new to us Gen Xers because we didn't know about it. Taste the lizard. See, that's a technicality. We were listening to the Chronic album. There you go. That's me dating myself. That is how I remember Zima. It's the lizard. We had some weird commercials here in the US for Zima. Let me tell you. I remember those commercials too. Your younger Gen Xer relatives love to drink Zima and listen to Dog Pound and Blues Traveler. Oh my God, you're giving me flashbacks. I remember Sobe. I miss Sobe. Okay, I miss Sobe. I miss Fruitopia, which you can still find at certain McDonald's. Not all the flavors though, just one. You don't remember them? Now you gotta go look them up. See, there you go. My first favorite album, Once You Were a Stoner. Gosh. You know what, Bob? I'll be honest. First time I ever smoked like that, I don't remember music playing. I might have been watching a TV show. It was a little fuzzy. I was trying not to panic because I thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. Yeah. I don't remember much. Fruitopia, right? And they did bring back Clearly Canadian, which was good, but yeah, Fruitopia drinker Jane back in college is not the Fruitopia drinker Jane now, mainly because of the sugar. I'm so mad. And Clearly Canadian, I did not realize it had as much sugar in it as it did. So annoyed. You remember Zima too, Lil Mama? Nice. You got weirded out, Apris? Ooh, that sucks. I like that, Splits. That's very clever. Okay, so the trick with this, the goal is to make it crispy. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. Oh, almost forgot. Got to add a little bit of tomato paste to make it chili. Zima was indeed made by Coors. You are absolutely right, Lil Mama. I love it, Bob. I'm into it. Okay, so I got my little tomato paste in here. And now we're going to start adding the other ingredients that are going to help with this. So we're going to have our sugar, our fish sauce. As soon as I remember how to open the bottle. I don't want to overdo it because fish sauce is very strong. Dark soy. I love it, Splits. Regular soy. And some oyster sauce. All right, now, I realized I just botched this because I wasn't supposed to add any of this until after the meat crisped up. So this might take a minute. That's okay, though. I like monk fruit. I like erythritol. I have an issue with allulose. There is a keto pastry chef that I follow. And while I tell you guys about her, I'm going to put all this stuff away. Well, okay, no. I'm going to leave it out in case I need to flavor things or whatever. So, alternative recipe, yes. That's what we're going to call it, Lucky. Mm-hmm. So, she makes these amazing keto desserts, and she does things like, what do you call it? Orange sickles and angel food cakes and pies and donuts and all of this other stuff. Her sweetener of choice is allulose because allulose browns very similarly to regular sugar. So you get the right color and you can get a good flavor. However, if you overdo it on allulose, you will find yourself running to the bathroom for all the wrong reasons. And that's what I did. I should not have used as much allulose as I did. She made this beautiful strudel. Absolutely gorgeous. It looked like something out of Entenmann's. But I used way too much allulose. I had a square this big. No, 3 squares this big. Yeah. Bathroom at work was very busy that day. It was not a good day for me. I love that, Lucky. That's hilarious. Also, welcome in. Stevia, erythritol, monk fruit, never Splenda. I do love Splenda. It's also one of my favorites. In fact, that's what I used for this dish. Splenda's my normal go-to. Stevia, boy howdy. I have a story about stevia. Anyway. But yeah, monk fruit is great. And I'll stop talking because there's an ad break right now. I'm just going to continue squooshing my tomato paste here. This is my way of preserving tomato paste so it doesn't spoil while it's in the can. Taylor Jade, how are you? Good to see you. Ha. Okay. Let me label this so I don't forget what I'm doing. Tomato paste. Okay. Now I can get rid of... Oh, there's still some stuff in here. Okay, good enough. I love it, Splits. Okay, we're back from ads. I just forgot what I was talking about. Y'all, what was I saying? I don't remember. I remember saying I was going to shut up because ads were starting. Stevia, yes, okay. So, here's what happened with stevia. That's great, Splits, yes. Tell him off. Like, how much time you got? So, I decided I was going to make a lavender lemonade for myself and JD. At the time, I wasn't working because I was doing contract. And I had just been let go from my previous contract. So, by the way, y'all, this is how I split up my tomato paste. I put it in a bag, and then I divide it into sections. And when I break it up, it's usually about a tablespoon of tomato paste. So there you go. Anyway, so I made concentrated lavender lemonade. And then, I had a cup of it. Unfortunately, I did not realize that using the amount of stevia that I did was not going to result in something good. And I used Truvia, which is a blend of stevia and another sweetener. It was bad. That's confusing, little mama. I'm not understanding. What is that? You shouldn't have gotten an ad. So after going to the bathroom every 30 minutes, I was like, okay, note to self, don't use this again. And then JD got home. He was coming home from jiu-jitsu practice where he had been for the last 3 hours. I don't know what just happened there. Okay. So, comes home. He's hot, he's sweaty, he's tired. And he's a little bit dehydrated. So he's like, do we have anything to drink? And I'm not going to lie. I could not lie to him. I said, yes, we do. We have some concentrated lavender lemonade. He's like, oh, that sounds great. Can I get some of that? I was like, I don't know if you want some of that because it's got stevia in it and you may not like this very much. He goes, no, it's okay. I'm just really thirsty and I want something to drink. Are you sure you don't want water? Because it's going to make you go to the bathroom. He's like, that's okay, I can handle it. Just give me the concentrate and a pitcher of water. Okay. I warned you. See, Alex, now you know. Now you know. So, I break out the concentrate. I hand him a pitcher of water and a glass, a big old tumbler. And he drinks 2/3 of the concentrate. And then it begins. After the third trip to the bathroom. No. Yeah, it was third trip to the bathroom. He nicknamed Truvia Puvia. Puvia is no longer allowed in our house. So yeah, that's why we don't use stevia or Truvia anymore. The Haribo lollies, yes. Those are evil. So are the Jelly Belly sugar-free jelly beans, which I love. But I save those for a time when JD is out of the house for a few hours. If I can pass gas to my content. It's bad, y'all. Ah! Oh, I think there's a Connor in my chat, y'all. Connor is messing with me again. I love this man, though. He's funny. I see you, Connor. So yeah, never again. Exactly. Erythritol can be hard on the digestion, and we discovered the hard way that it apparently does not like us very much. Educational opportunities abound. Okay, you ready, Cassie? Hold on. Let me pull it up for you. I don't know why it's not working, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Oh, why am I doing it this way? Hold on. Let's see if I can get it to do this. Oh! Connor! So silly. Hello, Connor. Hi, sweetie. Welcome in. Let me give you a shout out in a second. All right, that did not work the way I planned, so we're going to do something else. I am good. I am good. How are you doing? All right, here we go. Yum. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Now, you ready? Here we go. There you go. And that's the Matrix. Okay, y'all. Our chili is more or less done at this point. I'm going to add a little more liquid just to make it liquid. We're going to let that boil down a little bit, and then dinner is ready. You'll have a shatsu for that? You know what? Let's do it, Bob. Come on. It's been a while. Shatsu. I love that y'all immediately referenced Bill and Ted Keanu Reeves. No, wait, no. To be fair, he also did it in The Matrix once. To be fair. All right, y'all. Cheers. So, y'all, I am trying to think of some ideas. Wow, Lil Mama, I didn't know about that. Goodness. For Pride Month, which is coming, I want to do a fundraiser, but I don't have any good ideas for incentives. I think people are kind of bored with the ones that I have. I do have a redemption that I need to do when Pride Month starts. So there's that. Thorn wants a Dansu? Okay. For Thorn, I will give them a Dansu. So if you guys have any ideas for milestones or redemptions or things you'd like to see if you donate, please let me know. Because like I said, I don't have any. Or any good ones out. And while I'm standing here talking about things, so Connor, the only deaf guy, has a stream. What can I handle? Oh boy. Let me finish talking about Connor and then I'll get back to the question, Cassie. So, Connor is the only deaf guy. He is indeed hard of hearing. He is part of the reason that I have closed captions on this stream, which may or may not be helpful because, as you can see, they're not always accurate. But I digress. Anyway, he runs or helps run a cafe with his uncle and some other family members. Sometimes you'll see his uncle in here. He's very, very good at what he does in the cafe. I have yet to see, or I have not seen. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm 10 minutes late in responding to you again. It is rare that I see someone move that quickly when cooking, but it helps when you are part of a team because if everybody does their part, then you can throw stuff together in less than 10 minutes or 5 even. So if y'all want to see some really quick cooking and maybe even have some nice kitchen ASMR, check out Connor and his family. Can we get a shout out for the only deaf guy, please? Bob, that would be great, but I'm already behind on a few menu redemptions. Let's see. Plazi, I still owe some Eccles cakes. And there's one or two. Lil Mama might have one too, I think, that I still need to do. Yes, M is adorable. It's just mandatory. And I would not be able to do the redemption right then. That's the thing. I need to figure out a redemption that I can do right then and there. So Cassie, let me see. I've done shots of stuff. You are, sweetie. You might not be able to see it, but we can see it. And I'm sure Bob would agree. So let me see. I've done shots of apple cider vinegar, curdled milk, and olive oil, occasionally all at once. You forgot exclamation point SO and then person. That should do it. Depends on who's doing that. Okay, fair. That's fair. If it's, you know, us women in the chat and it's just on general principle, I think that might be acceptable to you. Thank you. There we go. Y'all, I've been having some back issues lately. Kind of annoying, but I know part of it is because I have been stretching or not been stretching the way I should be. So, more work for me. Okay, I'm gonna try that redemption one more time. Let me give my wannabe chili. Woo, that was close. Stir here, make sure not drying out too much. Excellent. Pot of frogmore stew, yum. I don't even know what frogmore stew is, but I'm into it. Okay, let me try this and see if it works. Did it work? Did it work? No? Of course it didn't work. There are a bunch of commands that I did. Oh, that's why. That's why it didn't work. I have to have my number pad plugged in, and I don't have my number pad plugged in. I'm lazy today. Sour thing or gross tasting? I like sour things. So I don't know if that helps. I mean, watching me eat a pickle is good. I like sour. So that may or may not be good. Gross tasting, all the gross tasting things I can think of, I actually have to cook. And it's no fun unless I can actually get it down. So like the most gross tasting thing I can think of, I'd have to prep it first and just straight cook it. I'm scheming now. And then I'd have to eat it. Could I get it down? Most likely. But I'd definitely have to cook it first. Ooh, potatoes, corn, smoked sausage, shrimps, beer, Old Bay, and hot sauce. Ooh. That sounds so good. Dang. I'm gonna have to swap out the potatoes for turnips, but I would eat that. Ooh. Bean boozled. Oh my god. Do you know how I have had the worst trouble finding Bean Boozled stuff lately. I mean, like, last time I found it, I was at a Cost Plus World Market, and then it disappeared. Durian, no prep, very smelly. Okay, okay. Amazon, that's a plan. Chris, that's a great idea. Eat a weird pickle redemption. Ooh, weird pickle redemption. Like, does it pickle? Can it pickle? I have to talk to Kanara about that. See what can and cannot be pickled safely. And you know what? I know where to find durian, Chris, so I have wanted to try durian. That might be an option. Coolicles, pickled sausage, pickled pig's bones. Bob, this is like childhood memories, man. I miss pickled pig's feet. I really do. But they don't taste like they did when I was a kid. To be fair, though, I have not eaten pickled pig's feet in a very long time, like years. Pickled eggs, I haven't done that either. Ugh. If anything, you guys would watch me bite into a pickled pig's foot and then complain for 5 minutes about how it doesn't taste the same. You wanted to make pickled eggs? Yum. Have him pie me in the face with whipped cream. Only problem is, we tend to stream at the same time, so he would have to interrupt his stream to come to mine, to pie me in the face, and then go back. Let's see how these beans are doing. They still have a texture. That's fine. Will it? Waiting. Pickle! That's fair. He would enjoy it. He might feel a little guilty, but he might enjoy it. Okay, sort them in terms of, okay, so pickled eggs. I could do a quick pickled eggs. Ooh, you know what I could do? This would be the perfect excuse to make this dish. Have y'all ever heard of Korean drug eggs? Yes, the closed captioning is correct. That is what they are called. I didn't know you could find pickled eggs at the restaurant store. Learned something today, Bob. Thank you for that. No problem, Splits. You have work to do. That is perfectly acceptable. Okay, y'all, I think dinner is ready. You've not heard of Korean drug eggs. Okay. So you know how folks in the US and probably other Western countries have crack, fill in the blank. Crack chicken, what's the other one? Crack beef, crack cottage pie, whatever. So, Korean drug eggs are something similar. It sounds like a Fed raid. You're not wrong. So basically what they are, they're marinated eggs. So you marinate them in like soy sauce and what all ever goes into the recipe. And then you eat them. They're soft boiled eggs that have been marinated. Technically though, they are not pickled. Various spice levels of kimchi. Oh, I'd be out so fast, Bob. So fast. You know what? Bob, you've made me curious now. Let me see. Is there such a thing as kimchi egg? There's got to be one. Oh, there is one. They do exist. And it is a skillet dish. What? It's a cooked dish. Okay, you cook kimchi and then you add eggs. They're kimchi fried eggs. I thought there would be kimchi pickled eggs. Eggs 6 ways, kimchi edition. Let me see, kimchi pickled eggs. Kimchi pickled eggs, it does exist. Pickle soft boiled eggs in kimchi juice. Okay. Anywhere from 12 to 72 hours is good. Okay. You make soy sauce marinated eggs and add a bunch of different things to the marinade. One of the best. Yes, I agree with you, Apris. Heck yes. I'm a sucker for that. Okay, so this actually might be easier than I think it is. There's a Spruce Eats recipe, which is a fail-safe. What? It's certainly not an original. I know there has to be a Korean version of this. I just can't find it right now. Okay. I like their version too. So, what you can do, buy some kimchi, eat the kimchi, I'll leave that to JD, and save the juice, then you stick some soft-boiled eggs in it and stick it back in the fridge. Okay. You could even do kimchi quail eggs. They're gonna be kind of sour, which is fine. Doggone it, Bob. Why do you have to drag me down the rabbit hole, man? Okay, to be fair, I've done that to you. I've done it to you, so I can't be too mad about it. But I think that might be a thing. And it's an excuse to eat eggs, and I'm not mad. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Wait. The crack dishes is a yes. It is entirely possible that it is not a thing in Australia. Crack whatever, drug whatever, because you guys have more common sense than some of us Westerners, but I digress. Anyway. Okay. So we're doing chili. I have a bag of diabetic-friendly chips. So what I'm going to do... Oh! I forgot, y'all. The big reason I wanted to make this dish... Hello, Bad Rhymer! Sauteed fresh-picked asparagus and olive oil and splash of soy sauce. That sounds so good. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. Okay, so the big reason I wanted to make this, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But this is why we do a sample dish first. I'm going to take a spoonful of this. This is cheese sauce, y'all. This is cheese sauce that is cold and congealed. The whole point to me making chili was to try to use up some of this cheese sauce. Now, it was originally for mac and cheese, but I digress. So, a little bit of cheese sauce in here. And now, I'm going to pop it in the microwave and get this stuff to melt. There's so many flavors in here. I'm not even understanding. All right. Gonna give it a minute and 30 seconds and let's see what happens. I'm still stretching. And in the meantime, I have some things I can be putting away. As usual. Right, putting away our glass that we used. And the containers, like you do. I have a lot of containers that I washed in my dishwasher, but did not dry properly, so I had to put them on my rack. Oh? All right. I hear sizzling, so that must mean the cheese is melted. I hope it's melted. Okay, let's see how it goes. Oh, okay. It kind of melted. A little congealed there. All right. Mix it in. And we've got our chips. Let's see how this is with the chips. There's a lot of oil in here. That's okay. I really don't want to burn myself. Oh, I've got another minute to add over it. Really? Really? Okay. I'm going to wait. Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to drink some soda instead. So neener. That's a good guess, Bob. I was going to make my OBS Windows will not cooperate. Fine. Forget you too. Ah! Didn't mean to do... Raiders! 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 I'm skipping the spiel. You know who I am. I'm his wife. Enough said. Anyway, so I am drinking. What am I drinking today? I am drinking some dill vermouth with some gin. Had I had whiskey, would have been gin vermouth with whiskey, which I believe I called it a Jane Walker. This is a gin version. So hi everybody, welcome in. I am just finishing up my, oh hello, my chat is back from commercials, that's nice. I'm just finishing up my Thai chili stir-fry chili. There. This is a chili that's made with a Thai stir-fry. I have no idea I'm really sorry, Cassie. I promise I will work on the volume. I don't even know anymore. So this is a sample of my chili. I stirred some cheese into it, which was supposed to be the point of me making this, but I forgot about the cheese till the last minute. Anyways, so we are now going to try a little bitty sample of this and see how it is. Ah, everything is spilling back into the bowl. I am missing the point. Okay. Work with me. All right. I also don't want to burn myself. Let's see how this is. Okay. It does not suck. I am actually kind of pleased. This is good. Cross-culture food. I know, right? We believe in soul food around the world here, man. We got chili. We got Thai basil stir fry. It's got a little bit of spice. It's got a little bit of texture because of these low-carb beans that I used. As things are falling back off. I cheated and I used a paste to, instead of using, you know, buying separate Hosley basil and all the other ingredients. It is surprisingly good. I would definitely eat this. Also, Tucson's Tamale Company, welcome in. Good to see you. I do not need to ask my husband what he streamed about, as I heard it all. But he's going to be in here in a minute to eat dinner. Hello, Mama. I would totally be there for a low country boil. That sounds so good. This is really good, you guys. I am very pleased with how it worked out. Normally, with a Thai chili stir-fry chili, or no, with a Thai chili stir-fry, you would use pork. I used beef in this one. I don't miss the pork at all. That's a good point, Bob. You're absolutely right. Yes. If you have some sort of conveyance method, how to get the food to your mouth using your hands with some sort of bready structure, or even some sort of structure in general. As you remember, there are cultures that use lettuce. Then yes, it's a win. You can just make it work around the world. Doesn't matter where you are. All right, I'm gonna eat one more of these. And then we are gonna find somebody to raid, y'all. So these low-carb chips tend to get a little grainy, but when you're eating it with something like this, you don't notice. Because you're too busy shoving it in your face. It is what it is, right? Okay. Who is on? Let's see. All right, chat. Do you want to see somebody cooking? Or do you want to see somebody chatting? 1 for cooking, 2 for chatting. Yes. Foie and caviar and crackers. I need to make that happen, Bob. I really do. A southern breakfast. What did you make, Lil Mama? Because that could cover a lot of territory. Pepper gravy on biscuits, yes. I was talking to a friend about, no, actually I was talking to Brooks and Jess about operas. So there is one opera in particular that I can think of that people would think is a musical, and a musical that I can think of that most people think is an opera. So Porgy and Bess is an opera that a lot of people would think was a musical. It's not. It's an actual opera, and it was written as such. And Phantom of the Opera is a musical, but people think it's an opera. So Porgy and Bess, I'm gonna share with you some fun facts. While y'all are trying to figure out whether to raid somebody who's cooking or is chatting, Porgy is the name of an actual fish. Now, another name for that fish is Seabream or something like that, but it's also known as a porgy. So nicknames like that back in the day came because it was the person's favorite food. There's a novel that's really sad. I just forgot the author's name. Their Eyes Were Watching God. That's the name of the novel. One of the characters, his nickname is Stew Beef. Because guess what his favorite food is? Right? You're up for whatever. Thanks, little mama. So, Porgy obviously loves Porgy. And at one point I made Porgy and Best Skids. I need to do that again. But finding Seabream these days is actually pretty easy. And I might sing some of the songs. Summertime and the living is easy. It's a wonderful, wonderful opera. If you guys ever get a chance to see it, you should totally do that. Okay. I am not sure how long. Let's see, my first target choice has been streaming. He's moving his mouse. I'm going to bet he's almost done. He's been going for 2 hours. What does his chat say? Thank you, little mama. That sounds delish. Okay, it looks like he's testing something. All right, y'all. We are going to raid Hammer real quick. The cooking class 4. Let's see how fast we can get in there. Okay, folks, we're going to make this quick. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. All right, y'all. You have 2 raid calls, and there's a 3rd raid call. And I'm going to see y'all later, okay? See you next week. We're going to raid the cooking class 4. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Hammer. His wife is Puck Bunny. And his baby, I call him Tack because he's a little hammer. And he's a sweetheart. And I love him. I love all of them. Anyway, y'all, I'll see you later. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I'm out. And tomorrow's a long day for me, so I'm going to pass out face first later. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Oh, yeah. Cooking Class 4 Hammer is also from the South, which is where my people are from. So we have a lot in common. I love him for that. Anyway. Okay, folks. I don't know what he's stirring. I guess it's some sort of ice cream base. I could be wrong. But anyways. All right. We are out of here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.